about that. We always got to say, hi, Mom. Even though my mom doesn't, her internet's garbage. Thank you, AT&T. All right.
Here's Eric Calderon. Coming out with the Gracie train again. Seems to be a thing for Body Quest.
Obviously, Mr. Calderon has a nice array of championship belts that they're parading in there. I can't really see what they are, but
I know he holds King of Jacksonville.
Okay, so he's King of Jacksonville, and what is probably
I'm not sure what the other one is.
Something. But there's only one that matters right now. The U.S. Freedom Fighter 155
the one that's on the line.
Championship.
Let's go ahead with predictions, because I'm excited.
All right.
What do you got?
Waiting for Eric to come in. Honestly, I'm probably going to go with Brad Roof. Roof is amazing on the ground. He's a blue belt or a brown belt in combat jiu-jitsu under Patrick Sweet and Keith Richardson. He's got amazing stand-up, hits like a ton of bricks, takes a ton of bricks. Those bad boys down there in Chester, South Carolina, they know how to throw it down. I mean,
let me tell you, personally,
that's the place that's fight capital of South Carolina. Come to South Carolina, baby.
That's scrapping capital of South Carolina. Personally, I spar with Brad Roof. One of my big time training partners, left the guy to death. Jiu-jitsu, like you said, absolutely insane, striking insane, and he has a mean right hand. He likes to use that distance that he has, that reach advantage, and I mean,
when it comes down to teams, you've got Body Quest MMA out of Gastonia, North Carolina.
They're looking good. There's something like 40 and 11 or something.
Greenway. They're pretty set down there. Modern Warriors hadn't been around as long as Body Quest has, but Modern Warrior has what, a 14-15-2 record?
I think we're 12-3. One of those fights I had a broken leg.
Oh,
which I lost Eric Calderon by Anaconda choke. The dude's got 6 submissions, but like I said, so does Brad Roof, and I just see it going Brad Roof's way. I think it doesn't show on paper, but I believe Brad Roof is more experienced.
Yeah.
Brad Roof has been training for a long time.
It's kind of hard when you have to wait a year, 2 years for people to back out, come in, back out. He's been fighting forever. You're looking at the last time Brad Roof was in this cage, he took out Travis Varner.
He sure did. Triangle choke
earlier. Triangled him. Travis had him in a deep triangle. Basically, he fought out of that. He did pretty well. I probably would see the Modern Warrior MMA come out with another victory tonight. Kind of reaffirm their dominance in the 155 lightweight division at U.S. Freedom Fighter. What do you think about that, Tyler?
Sorry, I had to go hug my boy Brad Roof.
Looks like Brad's got a new tattoo under the roof on his middle of his back. I hope that's not a Cheshire cat there, buddy. I hope not.
I'm so stoked for this fight, man. Like I said,
ladies and gentlemen, I'll forewarn you now. If Tyler starts acting like a girl and squealing and like he's at a Justin Bieber concert,
I'm sorry, I can't help it, man. This is my boy.
Go ahead and cut
this is my boy. We're both 155ers. We train together all the time. Dude teaches me a whole lot of stuff.
Would you, John Jones, Rashad Evans fighting?
No.
Same division?
No.
Would you move divisions to get away from him?
I gotta be honest, I would not fight Brad Roof. Brad Roof absolutely destroys me in sparring.
Honestly, I think I could take Brad if he was blindfolded. It was after Thanksgiving, before his nap, legs were tied together, and both arms tied behind his back. I think I have a slight
I could agree with that. I could agree with that. Let me say,
that's my
Pat Sweet, our coach Pat Sweet, has been training boxing for about 15 years now. And Brad's been under him for about 5 or 6 years. both Pat Sweet and Keith Richardson, black belts in combat jiu-jitsu. Brad Roof is a brown belt in combat jiu-jitsu under both those guys. And not only does he train with us at Modern Warrior, he trains with the guys up at High Stand IMB and Matthews, which holds
Paul Boo and Kevin Farrant.
Paul Boo, Kevin Farrant, who is an XFC fighter. Tony Tan, 155-pound amateur fighter.
And he's the Fight Lab 155
Fight Lab, champion. And he also trains up at Dime Boxing with some really great boxers. So, I mean, not only does he have great stand-up, but his jiu-jitsu is absolutely awesome.
And, I mean, I'll just give one bit of information. Eric Calderon is the number 24 fighter on the ULTMMA.com South pound-for-pound list as of now.
Where's Brad Roof ranked on that?
Brad Roof missed the cut along with Leo Perez and Kenny Hill.
I'm going to have to say that the standings are going to have to change after that, after this fight.
As of January 1st, 2013, as long as the Mayans weren't right, we will have an entirely new
You watch. Not only is Brad Roof very, very good at boxing, he's very tricky.
Yeah.
He'll throw some stuff that you do not expect. Watch for the step off to the right with the right hand. It's beautiful, and it lands just about every time. The dude's leg kicks are nasty, too.
I'm just waiting because, I mean, all the other Body Quest guys have taken everybody to the ground. I want to watch the Sweet Richardson Combat Jiu-Jitsu come out in Brad Roof.
I'm 100% confident in Brad's ground game.
Yeah.
I've fought Eric Calderon, and I think Brad Roof's jiu-jitsu game is about twice as good.
Calderon came out like a bull in a
There you go.
china shop.
Takes him to the ground,
He
which
took a nice lick from Brad
Eric
Roof.
Calderon wants, but
Roof's got nice little side control going on.
yeah, man, the dude's nasty.
This could get nasty if Brad can lock that in. It's eerily quiet in here for these two fighters for a title fight. Roof's doing some nice
I think everyone's kind of biting their nails here, man.
Yeah, Roof's landing some nice knees.
Yeah.
Eric's trying to do that step around judo trip.
You know what? He tried that on me a couple times, and I'm going to be 100% honest, I think he's got to work it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I never went down with it.
You've got to do more of a surprise kind of thing.
He's already bleeding from the mouth pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, he got popped right there at the beginning by Brad Roof with overhand right.
Brad Roof is never going to overpower you, but the amount of body that he puts into his right hand is absolutely amazing. He's hit me with a couple right hands, and I've stepped back and said,
Calderon's trying to do a standing guiguillotine.
That's okay. Well, honestly, I throw more guillotines in the gym than anybody else, and Brad has defended every single guillotine I've ever thrown. I've probably thrown over 100 guillotines at Brad.
Brad came close to a low blow on him on that exchange of Muay Thai knees.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
He did kind of lift him up off the ground. That's all I'm just saying. He just looks a little bit more powerful than Calderon at the moment.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see how that foot stomp stuff really. That would just make me more mad, and you don't want to make a man from Chester mad.
I think that's something Brad's going to feel tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
I mean, you can break a foot tonight and won't feel it tomorrow. I mean, it's kind of at a standstill at the moment. I mean,
I got to say, Eric's come out with his
nice body shot.
Yeah, that was a nice knee from Brad Roof. Eric's come out throwing hands a lot more than he did in my fight.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Well, the thing is, I was saying pre-fight, I mean, Calderon's going to have to come out swinging. I mean, that's the only thing I've ever seen that's Brad's. If Brad has a weakness, that would be the only thing I've ever seen. Because if he goes to the ground, Brad's going to tear him apart.
But like I've said earlier a couple times, Brad has amazing jiu-jitsu, but his striking is great. Look at that guillotine, suck it tight. That is tight.
Tight guillotine.
And it comes out.
Calderon snuck out.
Brad's comfortable right where he is, man.
Brad's fighting from his back.
There we go.
There he goes. Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Very nice knee.
And obviously that did phase Calderon a little bit because he kind of winced.
Oh, yeah.
And instantly grabbed
Those knees to the body are nasty, especially with Brad's bony legs.
Hey.
He's 6'1", 155 pounds. I'm 5'8", 155.
Hey, I'm 6'1", 125. Don't tell me about bony, buddy. Ten seconds left in the first.
10 seconds.
This is turning out to be more of a stand-up battle. Honestly, that takedown did more damage to Calderon than it did to Brad. Because when you put somebody into a...
That looks good. Look at him, man. He's just chilling right now. Eric looks good himself. I'm excited to see what the second round holds, without a doubt. Wonder if Brad's going to come out this round trying to stand a little bit more.
I don't really know. It just all depends on what Pat Sweet and Keith Richardson kind of tell him to do. Looking at Eric Calderon, he kind of looks glossy-eyed a little bit.
Honestly, I think the best thing for Brad to do is stand, because when I fought Eric Calderon, and any video I've seen of him, his stand-up is not that great at all.
Yeah.
He keeps that left hand real low, too.
Roof barely missed that overhand right.
Yeah, and that could have been devastating.
Been the end of Eric's night.
Brad's sitting in guard right now. Oh. Nice.
Up kick
to the boys there.
I don't know about all this coaching while the person's over there. You're not supposed to actually be coaching him while he's standing in the neutral corner, but
Brad's hurting pretty bad, seems like.
Well, I mean, he's probably holding a pound of Aunt Betty's nut butter right about now.
I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm going to agree with you on that.
Okay.
Okay, and here we go.
A nice bottle of wine. Wash grapes.
They try to touch hands about 3 times there. Sorry, I find little things like that funny.
That's because he's the man that wants to high five. I don't know what Calderon was thinking with the ninja kick.
I don't know what that was. That was a kick coming from...
I saw a version of that work for Corey Von Egedy against Tony Tan, but he wasn't kicking. He was kneeing. And
wasn't that an incredible fight?
Yes.
One of the best fights I've ever seen in person. Eric's all about this foot stomp, but it hasn't done anything. I think the only thing that's going to do is make Brad come into the gym Monday morning complaining.
That, or Brad's going to come into the gym and hurt somebody. I mean, I'll volunteer to step on his feet from now on to get him prepared for it, but...
I mean, if you want to do that and come take my place, that'd be awesome.
Looks like Calderon's trying for the guillotine. It's not really going to do a lot with Roof in... I mean, Roof's basically on that side. I mean, it's really not...
Yeah. And let me tell... First of all, that's not that tight. And second of all, if there's one place that Brad is comfortable, it's in the guillotine position.
Yeah.
He has been guillotined so many times over the years, he's fine there.
It looks like Brad might be trying the head and arm triangle. If he can get this pulled off.
I think he's looking to pass right here.
Yeah. I thought he was going for it. Calderon's actually looks like he's trying to build up for the triangle. He's moving his legs around, trying to get Roof in the position for the triangle.
I will say one thing that we work at Modern Warrior a lot is ground and pound, which
yes,
should make Brad Roof rather comfortable here.
Yes. America, I trained at Modern Warrior for a few months, and if you've ever seen me in person, 6'1", 125. We ain't ground and pounders. We're Muay Thai
There we go,
fighters
punches.
by far. It's kind of drawn to a standstill at the moment. I mean,
Calderon's corner calling for the triangle.
Calderon's, I mean, he's not.
Nice punch.
I mean, he's grimacing, but I mean, it's not because of his shoulder getting pulled.
No, that's Brad Roof's normal face. Let me tell you. Like I said, man, I train with this dude 7 days a week. I know this guy inside and out, and he's fine right now.
Yeah. I mean, he looked the same way against Travis Varner the last time he had a title fight.
I think he looks like that like when he's driving down the road.
Yeah. Honestly, in the first round, I gave that to Brad Roof right about now. And I'm going to say,
nice knees.
I'm going to possibly say so far in this round, it's kind of going to Roof on a split variation.
You go either way.
Yeah. So I said a split variation. Sounded good, didn't it?
Sure.
It's my Joe Rogan moment.
I hear you, man.
Joe Rogan, if you're listening, no, I'm not trying to steal your name there, buddy.
This is 5 4-minute rounds, so 20 minutes of fighting possible here.
I mean, the thing is that right now, I mean, it's not a big differential between the two. I mean, if the judges gave that one to Calderon, it'd be a 1-1 right now.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's not drastically one-sided or the other.
No, I wouldn't say so at all.
But the thing is, Eric Calderon's not going to win the fight off of his back like that.
No, not at all.
You're not going to win the fight off of submission attempts. You're going to win the fight off of submissions. So, I mean, you can sit there and do all you want. It ain't going to happen. I mean, Roof's breathing kind of hard, but, I mean, Eric Calderon's breathing just about as heavy. But he's just standing up, so, I mean, with Calderon standing up, his heavy breathing doesn't look as bad as Brad's, because Brad was sitting down, so. All right, we're ready to start on round 3.
I literally have not sat down this whole fight.
I literally haven't stood up.
I think if Brad works his hands, he'll be okay.
Well, Calderon kind of.
Yeah, he's coming in and kind of clinching with him.
Yeah.
Making it tough for Brad to use his hands, which, I mean, smart on his part.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, he's trying to draw him in, trying to do that judo takedown. But, I mean, the thing is that judo takedown only works a couple of times.
Brad's real good at defending that, too.
Yeah. I mean, I've used it a few times in, like, a Naga tournament or something like that. But after you use it once or twice, unless you're in a judo tournament, it really doesn't work. That was close to a low blow from Roof. Everybody's wanting Brad to stomp on his foot now.
Brad defending the guillotine. Defending the guillotine, comes out of it. Good. Brad's wrestling defense is real good.
Yeah. Another thing that they harp on really hard down there at Modern Warrior MMA.
Brad Roof looking for the guillotine. Oh, man. This is nerve-wracking for me, bro. Seriously.
I can tell.
I get way more nervous for my teammates' fights than my fights.
Calderon's corner keeps saying that Roof's hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't tell with Roof.
Eric's in half guard now. See what Brad's got.
He's got Roof's arm tied basically behind his head or behind his back.
Tough spot to be in right now. Landing.
But I mean, the thing is, you're not going to get a lot of power out of something like that.
No.
I mean, that's
throwing
just,
shots over your head like that is not going to finish a fight.
No. And I mean, if it does, it's just because you catch somebody on a lucky shot.
Yeah.
Maybe a shot to the temple, something like that, maybe. But, I mean.
A real lucky shot.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Roof could probably get more power off of his back right now than what Calderon's getting over the top of his head. Doing a little bit of a hammer fist from Eric Calderon. Nice little shots to the body.
Oh! There's the Brad Ruth triangle. Brad Ruth's triangles are absolutely his triangles are absolutely nasty, bro.
And now he's got
fighting off
that
the guillotine. Fighting off the guillotine.
Roof got out of that.
Brad Ruth comes up in guard. God.
Yeah, I mean, that triangle just came out of nowhere. I mean, Roof just plopped it on him.
That's what he does, man. His triangles come out of nowhere, just like you said.
I mean, right now it just looks like Calderon's just, I mean, he's doing the heel to the rump area. That really doesn't do anything until, like the foot stomp, you're not going to feel that until in the morning. I mean, it's just more of an annoyance than it is anything else.
Agreed.
He's trying, Calderon's corner's calling for the triangle. He's trying it, but I mean, it's just, Brad keeps stacking him up, and I mean, it's shooting down the whole triangle attempt. For some reason, the people in the crowd are trying to tell him to do an arm bar.
For an arm bar. Don't think he's going to finish it here.
Dadgummit. Roof was trying for a guillotine right there at the end. Yeah.
Both fighters looking good here. Neither one overly tired. Just good coming into this.
I mean, as of right now, I'd probably, if it comes down to kind of like the professional UFC, XFC, Bellator time, Calderon has done nothing to take the championship from the champion right now. I mean, he hasn't done anything significant enough to take it from. If it goes to the judges, I haven't seen anything right now that has been significant enough to take the title from Brad.
Here we go, round number 4. Championship rounds.
And they both go on kicks. Both try to do kicks. I mean, this.
Brad's got the arm in guillotine. Pulls guard. Eric's just trying to land shots on the body right here.
I mean, this is almost to the classifications of a Naga match with a little bit of striking in it.
We're going to pass the half guard. Successful. Eric Calderon now in half guard. Oh, man.
I don't know what that step over.
Eric Calderon and mount. Oh, back to half guard.
He tried to get cute with that little step over soccer John Jones move. Eric, I hate to break it to you, but that only works for John Jones, buddy.
Eric
got
full
back
mount.
to full mount.
Not looking good for Brad right now. Like I said, I'm pretty biased towards Brad Roof being my training partner and everything. I think he'll be able to come out of this.
I mean, right now it doesn't look like Calderon feels well.
He's not doing
now it's different.
Brad looking come back to guard. Brad Roof now in Eric Calderon's guard.
Well, they're trying for that. Well, he attempted that triangle again.
Both of them are pretty tricky on the ground, man.
Yeah. But, I mean, the thing is, right now, you're looking at, we're in the 4th round. Calderon's legs are probably jelly right now. Brad's arms are probably jelly. I mean, it's going to be hard to get a submission out of
And we're in championship rounds now, you know? This is where it gets tough.
Yeah. And, I mean, you're looking at...
Eric looks like he's looking for that Kimura. Brad's stepping over into half guard, side control. Maybe looking for an armbar here from Brad. Maybe an armbar. Nope. And he's out, back into guard.
Roof really does have a lot of good submission defense.
He has great submissions, great submission defense. Eric Calderon has good submissions.
Roof's kind of trying to do some reining of some ground and pound of his own. Calderon back to the butt kick, I guess is what it's defined as. You can obviously hear Miss Roof in the background.
Ref standing him up now. Like I said earlier, I'd really like to see Brad keep this standing. Look at that. He's throwing whatever he can right now, Eric Calderon.
That was nice.
Brad lands on top here.
I don't know if you classify that as a takedown or I squashed you.
A fall?
Yeah, or fall. But I mean, just judging by the fighters' outer exterior, neither one of them really look like they've taken much damage.
Eric Calderon looking for that guillotine again. 20 seconds left in this fight.
Is it a 4 round or is it a 5 round? Okay.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
If Roof can hold on for
Let me tell you right now,
seconds.
you're not going to beat Brad Roof in 10 seconds with a guillotine. Popped out right there at the end. Good attempt by Eric, though.
Yeah.
That was real close.
For some reason, Calderon's corner has got him really going for the triangle in that guillotine. I lost my partner again. He kind of had to go over and give Brad Roof a little bit of a pep talk. We're basically going into the 5th and final round of this 5-round, 155-pound lightweight title fight. I mean, in my eyes right now, it's probably I'm probably giving it 2-2. This round's going to probably decide it. Roof probably took the first 2. Calderon possibly the last 2. I mean, I don't know about you, Tyler, but I mean, I'm probably scoring it 2 rounds to 2. Brad got the first 2 rounds.
I could agree with that.
Calderon's probably taking the last 2.
I could agree with that. Eric's not really, he doesn't have any snap on his punches. He pushes with his punches. There's Brad with a nice guillotine.
The guillotine again.
Arm in again. Punch is not doing much to the body there.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's right up against the cage. You really can't crank back or anything.
It's hard to finish this arm in guillotine, so
yeah.
Hope Brad doesn't burn his arms out here.
The only thing I'm worried about is Roof's arms kind of going to jelly.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
In the round.
Eric almost had full mount, and Brad came out of it real quick. Kind of an awkward position here.
Calderon's corner trying to get him into the butterfly.
Oh, nice walk up the cage by Calderon there.
Now Calderon's going to try with that with the standing guillotine this time.
I'd really like to see Roof just break away here and start swinging.
I mean, I've seen just by listening to his corner and seeing what they're telling him to do, I mean, basically they're wanting Calderon. If he's going to do that guillotine, he's got to do it standing up.
Yeah. That's going to be tough, too, because, I mean, Brad's just as tall, if not taller than Eric. That's hard to get on a tall guy.
And, I mean, they're still harping that stomping on the foot thing. I mean, I've never had my foot stomped on in a cage, but
it's not fun, but it's not going to end the fight either.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're really more going to make somebody mad than you will anything else. Nice little exchange by Roof up against the cage. Calderon's back in Brad's full guard.
Roof's guard here.
He's really not doing, Calderon's not doing a lot right now. I mean, he's basically just pushing his head against the mat. And
it's kind of been a grappling match.
Yeah.
Neither one's been throwing too many punches.
I mean, honestly, this could be classified as a sparring match.
I think Brad's looking to, I think he was looking to set up a Kimura there. Watch that head. Eric Calderon in full mount now.
I mean, they look like they're trying to do maybe a shoulder crank or something like that. I mean, it ain't. Now Calderon's got
Brad needs to come
position.
Up. Gave up his
Calderon's
back.
got his back. And it is over. Rear naked choke by Eric Calderon.
Great effort by both fighters.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you just saw probably one of the better ground games in the area. Really decent 5-round war between Brad Roof and Eric Calderon. Calderon goes to 6-1. Roof gets his first loss of his career, is 3-1. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, we're just waiting for it to be official, for Calderon to put on that belt, make it official, where he is officially.
That was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I mean it was, and we're just waiting for Eric Calderon to be officially donned the lightweight champion of U.S. Freedom Fighter Championship. I mean. All in all, I mean, we had great fights. We had tonight USFFC 9, Apocalypse in Marion, North Carolina, Scott Price, Alan Greenway. I mean, they put on a classic showing of what a good amateur card is supposed to look like. I mean, you're looking at, we had a few decisions, had a couple of 29-28 decisions, a couple of 30-27 decisions. I mean, you had Matt Probin from Body Quest get a TKO a minute 20 into the second round from strikes. CJ Murdoch against Patrick Stewart. I mean, he got a triangle a minute 10 into the second round. Obviously, probably the electrifying moment of the night was definitely Leo Perez's 17-second knockout of.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I mean that solidified.
That was a hell of a fight.
I mean, basically, what it is to be an amateur in North Carolina. But basically, I mean, besides that, I mean, Christian Mejia took home fight of the night with his second round, minute and 11 seconds into the second round, rear naked choke of Caleb Reck from Team Ruthless. Christian Mejia from Bonebreaker Gym in Morganton, North Carolina. I mean, they did pretty well. I mean, all in all, it looks like Body Quest MMA did pretty well tonight. Black Eye Fitness went 1-1 with Leo Perez doing the